What's up everybody, once again my name is Matt and welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Phantom Hourglass. In the last episode we tried to make our way to the Northwestern Sea but got lost thanks to some fog and the ghost ship. So we ended up here at Malaita Island, where we just happened to learn the only way through the fog. So now that we know, what do you say we talk to our good buddy Linebeck and set sail? What? You actually know how to reach the Northern Sea? The route was written on a map, was it? Please tell me you wrote it on our chart. So, did you write it down? Of course I did. How about we shove off then? The fog awaits. Alright, I am right behind you, Linebeck. I appreciate the enthusiasm, but you know what? We're not gonna go to the fog straight away. Believe it or not, now that we have our shovel, I want to go back to the Isle of Embers since there's a few things that we can pick up there. So, we're going to sail there very quickly, and I will meet you guys once we arrive. Alright, so we made it safely to the Isle of Ember. Now you're probably wondering why we came here. It's to get our mail. Special delivery. Watch out, incoming. No, it's not really to get our mail, but we do have to talk to the postman, so let's see what's up. This is a letter from Astrid. That's kind of ironic. Ahem. Oh, I can't wait. Good tidings to you, Link. Thank you for your recent help. Try as I might to express my gratitude in words, I cannot do it justice. If there is anything that I can do in return, please stop by the Isle of Ember. I know that some of my modest means might have little to offer, but I believe that I can at least show you the way should you become lost. Sincerely, Astrid. And that's the end of it. Got all that, sir? Then I'm out of here. Yeah, we don't even get to keep the letter, but I guess we will keep in mind that if we should become lost or don't know what to do, we can come here and talk to Astrid and she will help us out. But that's not exactly why I came here. I did come to the island to talk to someone, but it wasn't Astrid. I actually want to talk to our good dead friend KO, so let's go up to where we found his ghost, and now he has a tombstone, but his spirit's still here and we can talk to him. To thank you for rescuing Astrid, let me share some valuable information. A map is buried here. May it be of help to you. Alright, sweet, so let's just mark this spot on our location with a nice X. There we go. There is another treasure map on this island. It is buried in the basement of Astrid's house. Alright, sweet. 2 maps for the price of 1, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Please continue to watch over Astrid. You got it, my man. You just keep providing me with some nice treasure maps, and you know what? I might just try and make sure Astrid doesn't die or something like that. I don't know. Alright, so what do you say we go and grab these treasure maps, and then we'll get out of here. I gotta say, though, I really do like the shovel as an item in Zelda games. Like, it's really cool just to be able to, like, you know, dig up anything and find buried treasure and stuff like that. It's really, really fun. Anyways, let's take care of this guy very quickly so he doesn't bother us, because, believe it or not, the treasure that we want to dig up is right underneath this grass spot. So let's dig it up, and bam, check it out. We got ourselves one of the 2 treasure maps, and this is in the Northwestern Sea. So, of course, we'll have to pick that up eventually, you know, when we get something that will allow us to pick up treasure from the seafloor, because right now we can't really do that. So, collecting these might seem kind of useless, but, trust me, guys, they will come in handy later on. And hello, Astrid. Goodbye, Astrid. Don't really want to talk to you, just kind of want to raid your basement for a treasure map, so let's dig up this spot of dirt, and bam, there we go. Here is the second one. Nice and easy, and again, this one is in the northwestern area, kind of near the island where we want to go to. Oh hey, 20 rupees. Not bad, I will take it. Alright, so now that we've pretty much plundered this place for all that it's worth, what do you say we talk to Linebeck and get out of here? That way we can sail towards the fog. So what's up, dude? Know where you want to go next? We'll ship out? Yep, I'm ready. Haven't forgotten anything, have you? Okay, let's be off. Alright, let's do it. Next stop, the fog, baby. Now, I really don't see a point in showing me sail all the way up to the northwestern area, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to cut out all the sailing until I get to like the northwestern chart. And once we arrive there, we'll pick it back up and then we'll sail through the fog. So I'll see you guys in a little bit. Okay, so we've made it to the northwestern sea and we know exactly what we need to do. Let's just follow our path that we drew pretty much exactly. Like, you don't need to follow the exact lines, but as long as, like, you know, you cover all the twists and the turns, you should be able to make it through here just fine and sail directly to the Isle of Gust. Now, I know it might seem like you could probably take a couple of shortcuts, but don't try, guys. It just does not work. Like, the game will be able to tell. And if it sees that you're trying to cut corners or take a shortcut, it's just going to push you all the way back to the beginning, which stinks because there's really no quicker way to sail. So it's kind of just like a waste of time. So it's better just to do it right the first time and just be over with it. You do want to keep your eyes peeled while you're sailing through the fog because, yeah, there will be explosive barrels that show up every now and again, and they like to be right in front of your ship's path, as well as normal enemies. Those will still spawn, but they're pretty easy to see because Linebeck will point them out. So really, you just gotta watch out for the explosive barrels. Now, if you do take some damage, it's not the end of the world because sometimes enemies will drop hearts for your ship. So if you do take some damage, as long as you keep killing enemies, eventually you might be able to restore some of your ship's HP as you're going along. But right now, you do have 4 hearts. And that should be enough to get you through here, even if you do take a lot of hits. So there's really no risk of like crashing and burning. You should be fine for the most part. Just pay attention as best you can. Anyways, I'd say we're maybe about halfway through the fog by now. So yeah, it does take a while. And that's sort of why, like, from this moment on, I'm going to be cutting out the sailing if we're going back to places that we've already been to, like for instance the Isle of Ember and stuff like that. So when we go back there again, I will probably just like cut out all the sailing and do that for any islands that we've already visited, just because it takes a while and there's no real reason to show it off. Like, unless I'm going somewhere new or going to pick up a treasure, I feel like we can just cut that out, similar to how I did with my Wind Waker Let's Plays. So that's what I'm going to do going forward. Anyways, we should be on the final stretch now, so as soon as we go around this bend, the fog should start to clear up as soon as we get like past that section of rock on our map. And well, the game hasn't thrown us back yet, so I'm pretty sure we've done this right. Any second now, the fog should clear up. Come on. I know we've done it right by now because we pretty much made it out. So we should be good to go. And yes, there we go. The fog is clearing up. Hooray! And that giant patch of rocks in front of us is the island we're going to. And hey, Linebeck seems happy we're through the fog. I am too, buddy. Oh yeah, by the way, guys, you can actually shoot these whirlwinds in the ocean to get rid of them. So you don't need to, like, risk sailing around them or anything like that, like I tried to do in the last episode, so I guess keep that in mind. Anyways, though, it seems like we have finally safely arrived here at the Isle of Gust. Now we just need to find the entrance to the next temple and rescue the next spirit. Should be easy enough, right? Phew, we finally made it to the island. But this is sure one gusty isle. Yep, surely this has got to be the Isle of Gust. So, you little green parrot, how about you go fly off in search of our next spirit? Alright, I'll do it. As you can see, the gimmick of this island is that there is wind everywhere, so you do need to be careful for these wind currents because they will try and push you about. And there are some new enemies, and these guys are mini blins. They're not new to, you know, the Toon series of Zelda games, so they should be familiar if you've played Wind Waker. They're a little bit more annoying in this game since they do, like, jump away from your attacks, but they're still easy to take out with, like, jump attacks and stuff like that. And oh, gotta be careful here. Yeah, make sure you jump across these gaps when the wind is not blowing, because if you try to do it while it's blowing, you're just going to fall into the water. So make sure you only jump when it's safe. Alright, so we made it past that part. Before we continue on, though, let's head down here and get rid of these guys just because they are going to be kind of annoying. But, there's something over here that we can... Oh, I did not want to grab that bomb. Get away from that. That can be dangerous. But, yeah, there's crack in the wall over here. That's actually what I do want to blow up. So, I'm just going to wait for the wind one more time. And after it goes away, let's grab this bomb, throw it at that crack, and hopefully that blows up. There we go. Sweet. Now, let's go inside and see what we can find. Hey, another journal. Alright, let's check it out. Wayfarer's Journal. You never know where the wayfaring winds will take you next. After months upon this windy isle, I discovered smaller islands nearby. But my big discovery, the one that sets my heart aflutter, the mermaid. That is where my wayfaring destiny takes me next. Interesting. Let's check out this map. And sure enough, it's a copy of the Northwestern chart. So what do you say we pull out our sea chart and copy what he has written down. So we'll mark an X here. We'll mark another X about here-ish. And might as well draw an arrow to this island. Not really sure what that's for, but we'll find out later on. So now that we got that copied, let's see what else we can find. There is a chest over here, so let's open this up and get ourselves a courage gem. Sweet. So now we have 2 power gems and 1 courage gem. Very nice. Let's get out of here because there is nothing else that we need to find. So let's continue making our way towards the temple. This time around, we're actually going to be using the wind in our favor to make these longer jumps. So yeah, you can only make those ones when the wind is sort of blowing behind you. In this area, if you use your shovel, there are like several areas you can dig up and get some extra rupees, so that's kind of nice. You can actually get a lot of money on this island just from killing the mini blins, because sometimes, yeah, they drop 20 rupees, which is kind of ridiculous. And there's also a ton of stuff that you can dig up. Alright, so let's see what's going on in this cave, and this is actually going to lead us to another area of the island, closer to the entrance to the temple, so we do need to go through here. There's also another reason to come in here, though, and in order to find out why, we need to kill all of these mini blins. Like, there is a chest in the center here, but if we kill them all, we can actually open up another chest. So I did not mean to do that, but there we go. Looks like we got ourselves a wisdom gem. So now we have at least one of the 3 different types of gems. I believe there are 20 total gems of each kind in the game, so I will be collecting all of those. Anyways, now that we killed all the mini blins, this chest will appear, so let's open this up and we'll get ourselves another treasure map. Hooray! We sure have been picking up a lot of these lately, but you know what? I am perfectly fine with that. Let's get out of here. We're actually almost to the entrance of the next temple. Now, there are these giant gusts of winds that are blowing upward, and if you jump inside them, they will actually bring you up to higher areas on the island, so use those to your advantage. Hang on, wind, please don't... Alright, there we go, sweet. So let's dig up this spot, and bam, there we go, nice big green rupee, and holy crap, dude, we almost have like 1,000 rupees, which is kind of ridiculous. Anyways, I think that might have been like one of the last jumps that we had to make, so we should be pretty much at the entrance to the next temple. In fact, it's right above us, so let's take care of these guys real quick and then go up and see what we can find. Sure enough, though, if we try to get inside the temple right now, yeah, this wind is blocking our path, so let's read this rock sign. The temple entrance stops gusting only when windmills have had their fill. Well, that is insanely cryptic. Let's check out this map. Alright, so there is an X on the upper left. What do you say we just mark that on our map? And, you know, X marks the spot, so I guess we should probably head in that direction. Thankfully, I know the right path, so we should get there in no time at all and figure out what exactly is going on here and, figure out the meaning of the windmills have had their fill, because honestly, I have no idea what that could possibly mean. What do you think those are, Link? All those spots in the ground look like they were shoveled in with dirt. Alright, so basically what she's saying is that yes, if we dig up these weird patches of dirt, underneath them are going to be these giant wind currents. So we can either dig them up, or we can actually bury them, so that way we can walk over that area without getting blown up. Or Rather, blown upwards, not like blown up in terms of explosive. You guys know what I mean. Alright, let's actually dig up this wind current because right on this ledge is a chest, and inside we get ourselves another power gem. Hooray! Alright, so now it's pretty much just a straight shoot to the top of the island, so let's not waste too much time and go directly there. You want to unbury this wind current and go the left path over here just because the right path takes you to a dead end. And now you want to make sure you actually cover this wind current because, again, the right path will take you to a dead end. There is pretty much nothing over there. Oh, right over here there's actually another spot we can dig up, and hey, check it out! There is another big green rupee, hooray! And that puts us well over 1,000 rupees, fantastic. But here we are at the X, so let's check out this sign. The hero must blow on the 3 sacred windmills to open the path forward. Alright, again, that's kind of cryptic, but let's check out this map. And it marks 3 different windmills, so you know what? Let's mark our map with those same locations with like this little crappy wind symbol I'm drawing. And now we just need to blow into those windmills, I guess. Seems easy enough. So to get over there, what you want to do is bury all of these wind currents just so they don't blow you like into the water. And now we can just move these boulders and go directly ahead. But it's not that easy. First things first, before we go into this area, let's actually head up here and talk to this gossip stone. Boing! Creatures that are sensitive to sound dwell in the sands ahead. So walk without sound and bring as little attention to yourself as possible. If all else fails, flee to a high spot before the creatures find you. Alright, so yeah, basically, when you're going through this section of sand, you need to be quiet and hope that these sand creatures don't see you, and if they do, you gotta book it, man. Just make it to a safe area. If you talk to this gossip stone, he will just tell you that, yeah, if you throw bombs into the sand, the creatures will go after the bombs and blow up after they eat them. So that is one way that you can kill them, but it's not really too effective in my opinion. So honestly, either moving slowly or just running straight for a safe area is your best bet. And oh my gosh, we like barely made it there. The thing is, like, these weird sand creatures, they move actually faster than you can run, so like unless you're rolling, they will pretty much always catch up to you. Anyways, let's make it to our first windmill, and now we'll blow into this. There we go, sweet, first one is done. Before we go to the other 2 though, let's actually head down from here because, well, guess what, there's a chest over here, so let's open this up and get ourselves another treasure map. Hooray! Alright, so now that we got that, we can slowly start making our way over to the left. And by slowly, of course, I mean just running as fast as we possibly can. And hopefully the stupid sandworms do not see us. Surprisingly enough, they actually aren't coming after me right now, which is kind of weird. Not sure why that is. There they are. Alright, I knew they were coming after me. Wow, really? That actually got me. I thought for sure I was safe. Whatever, not a big deal. Here we are at the second windmill, so let's just blow into this real quick. Alright, and by the way, if you don't hear me blowing, it's probably because I cut it out. Now there's only one more left to go into, so please make it up there quickly, and let's blow into this. Alright, and that's done it. All 3 windmills have been activated and these doors have unlocked. And that also means that we should now have access to the entrance of the temple. So let's just run down here, and if we go to the right, sure enough, the gusts have stopped blowing and now we can get inside the next temple. But you know what? We're going to start that in the next episode. So if you guys enjoyed this part, a like rating would be greatly appreciated. If you want to see more, consider subscribing. But once again, guys, my name is Matt. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.